What's up, guys? Welcome to the Nasty Nate channel. Thank you for stopping in today. I appreciate it. It's definitely cool to see everybody in the comment section hating on the truck, loving the truck, asking questions, all kinds of stuff like that. So shoot a comment down below. Anyway, today I wanted to give you an update on the truck. Right now, it's a sad day, sad week for the Chevy. She is not running well. She's in limp mode. And I just wanted to explain to you guys what is going on with the truck. In the next video, I'm going to fix the truck, show you the issues, and show you how to fix this issue. So stay tuned, let's get to it right here. I'll just kind of tell you, I was driving home one day, literally pulling down my street, and this thing like kind of jumps forward and sounds a little different, sounds like deeper or something, and the check engine light came on. I'm like, huh, that's pretty weird. And pulled in the driveway, try to mess around with it, take it for a drive around the block, and it's like way underpowered, shifting really weird. So I grabbed my friend's CTS monitor. I don't know, it's the Edge CTS. I don't know if this is the CTS 2 or 1 or whatever. I think this thing's kind of old, but it does read the codes, and today we are going to plug this thing in and read those codes, show you what's going on with the Chevy. She's still looking good though, polished up the wheels while she was sitting here not running. Besides the point. Let's plug this thing in, see what happens. Alright, notice how I put the vane position sensor reading right here. So right now it's 77%. And I'm gonna go home. We'll do diagnostics, which tells you the codes, do trouble codes, read. All right, so there's 3 codes here right now. And so I just cleared the codes, and now it's only the P0698 code. When you click on that, it shows sensor reference voltage C, circuit low voltage. Press enter to continue. So that's what it shows, and I believe that is the vane position sensor. I'm currently on Google on my phone looking that up, but I'm going to show you why I think it's the vane position sensor here in a second. And I got to go under the hood for that, so let's get to it. So I shut the truck off. The vane position sensor is still reading 77%. Okay, so now this is the vane position sensor up on top of the turbo. It's actually in the hot side, right behind where this stuff connects to the cold side. So this wire runs under here, right by the positive battery, well, I guess the positive and negative battery terminal, and it's clipped on to this housing thing. Right now, I'm going to unclip this, just like that, and it will read 0%. Okay, so now it's showing 0% when this thing's unplugged. If I plug it back in, which I'm going to try to do with one hand here. So I just plugged it back in, and we're reading 76% again. It stays around 76, 77, which is probably just a tolerance thing in the sensor. Like, it won't read like, I don't know, plus or minus 2% or something. I'm sure it's something like that. So now, let me grab this thing out of the engine bay. We're back to 76%. I'm going to start the truck again. So it's reading the RPMs. It's reading the vane position sensor. Right now I am in my 5-position switch is in my 3rd tune, which has a different idle than the 1st tune. And if I put it in the 1st tune, which I just did, you will hear the turbo. It takes a second, but you'll hear the turbo start to hiss. So let's go see if we can get it to do that. Right here it comes. So the idle or the turbo or whatever is hissing right now. That is my first tune. My first and second tune have a hiss idle programmed into it. So I'm gonna turn it to the third tune, which has a rumble idle here. And you can tell it just changed tone. It's back to the rumble. Back to the rumble idle. So we're still at 76%. If I go back to the first tune, it takes a second to get it to hiss again, but it does hiss, but it stays at 76%, which gives me reason to believe the sensor is bad. If it can hiss and rumble, that means the vanes are actually moving. A lot of times the vanes on these turbos will get stuck and the truck will go into limp mode, you know, be reduced in power, run all weird. But I'm gonna call Ridge Runner Diesel tomorrow to see what their settings are with the vanes for the hiss idle and the rumble idle. If they're different than 76%, which they absolutely are, I just want to confirm with them, then that gives me reason to believe that I need a new sensor, not pull my turbo apart and clean the vanes. So hopefully that's all it is. So let me shut this off, and I'm gonna call Ridge Runner tomorrow, figure out what percentage the vanes should be at when it's on the hiss idle versus the rumble idle, and that should prove why this is doing this. If that is the case, I'll buy the sensor. If not, then I need to take my turbo apart and clean the vanes, which I really am not looking forward to doing. If I have to do that, I'll probably get a new turbo. Anyway, let me call them tomorrow and figure out what they say. I just wanted to show you guys what the heck is going wrong with my truck. Hopefully, if someone has a similar issue, they can figure out what their truck is doing, and hopefully this helps. And also, I wanted to show you guys, you know, you can literally do stuff like this at your house. You just have to literally I borrowed this from a friend. Maybe you go buy one for, you know, a couple $100, which sucks, but it does give you a ton of features to look at when your truck is running weird like this. But I just wanted to show that you guys can do stuff like this at home. Don't take it to a shop right away, because they're gonna charge at least $100 to look at it. And then after they look at it, they're gonna charge $100, $120 an hour to work on this thing. Luckily, the sensor is probably a 1 hour job, but the sensor, an OEM sensor, is like $700. So if I can get an aftermarket sensor for like $200, that's what I'm putting on this truck. Anyway, just wanted to let you guys know what was up with my truck. It's not running well at the moment. It definitely runs, but just wanted to give you guys an update. Make sure you stay tuned to Nasty Nate, and we're gonna figure out what's going on with this truck tomorrow. That will be in a separate video, fixing the truck, getting her back on the road. Anyway, stay tuned to Nasty Nate. We'll see you in the next one.